Now, I guess you could call this the ultimate DIY, do-it-yourself, because it involves people selling their own homes. People who are fed up with real estate agents who they say underquote and play games and they want to do it for themselves. And it's called a quiet revolution that they say the industry is understandably keeping quiet. But homeowners, a lot more of them, are actually selling their houses themselves, and therefore they're saving them money from commissions and not worrying about underquoting and all those sorts of things. And you avoid having to go to auction. One of the people who are involved in all of this is the general manager of a place called BuyMyplace.com.au. His name is Peter Lucas. Good afternoon.
Welcome to. Hi, Derryn.
Hi. Now, tell me about this BuyMyplace.com.au. How did you get involved in this? I mean, is it just a small business, or have you all suddenly come together and thought, hey, we're all on the same plane here?
Derryn, it's a fairly medium-sized business. It's been growing rapidly over the last 12 months. It's been going for a little over 12 months, and we've been seeing amazing growth.
Now, one of your founders was a bloke, Peter Butters. He was, I saw a quote saying that he was, quote, perhaps the most hated man in Australian real estate, and the industry wants to keep him silenced.
Yes, I guess when you're saving people so much money, there's always somebody that's not going to like you. And Peter's a big proponent of the business and was successful in selling his own home through the concept, and saved himself well over $70,000 in commission. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the real estate people will say, well, hang on, you're doing it yourself, you're a mug because we have the expertise, we've been in the business for 30, 40 years, we know what the market will bear, we know what the market will pay, we know how to sell to people, you don't. Now, off the top of my head, they're the obvious questions that a real estate agent would put to deny your argument.
And I'd probably go back to them and say, I've got the facts, I've got the results that show people are selling themselves. It's growing month on month. Last quarter we had an 800% growth. And given that we're the leading one in the market at the moment, it's obviously it's not a small growth. They're getting more money in their pocket. Something like over 70% of people that are sold through us have more money in their pocket. And, we're selling 1 in 3 properties we're selling a property 1 in every 3 days.
Well, how do you know, okay, I'm going to sell my house, and I think it's worth about $700,000.
Yep.
And yet I don't know what the market is, I don't know what the market will bear. Maybe it's worth 800, maybe it's only worth 600. How do I, as Joe Blow, going it alone, how do I test the water?
Pretty simple. We've got an online tool that allows you to get an estimate of your price. It's about a 13 or 14-page report. It gives you everything from an estimated price of your property, plus properties that are almost identical in your area that have sold in the last 3 to 5 years,
right,
an upgraded price. So you get a really good feeling for the value of your home, and you can have confidence, a great deal of confidence, you've set the right price. All the tools, Derryn, to do this are available online. It's easy, it's simple. And you know what? If you don't want to do all of it, we can hold your hand halfway through it as well.
And stuff like conveyancing, could you advise
people on that? Put you in touch with someone to do that? You generally choose your own conveyancer anyway when you sell your property.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you don't have one handy, we've got a stack of what we call affiliate partners on our website that do everything from conveyancing through to auctions, through to open inspections for you, through to even cleaning and preparing your house to get ready for sale. That's what is the beauty of this system. You get all the tools that a real estate agent would get, but you don't pay the large commission to do it.
Which is what is commission these days?
Listen, on average home, you could be saving 20-odd grand in commission. Now, that's a brand new car. Commissions range anywhere from 2.75% and above. And then on top of that, you've got to put the advertising fees, which include things like, advertising in your local newspaper or wherever else they might put you. So it's not a cheap exercise. And for as little as $249 nowadays, through sites like BuyMyplace, where you can do it yourself, you can get exactly the same service.
So you're paying about $250. They come into you and you set them up and say, okay, here's what you need, here's all the X, Y, Z, this is what you need, correct, and go out and sell your house.
Correct, and it's simple. That's what people are telling us. So the feedback we're getting is it's simple, it's easy to do, and you're in control. I guess the one thing that we do help people with is we give them back control to sell their own property. When you go with a real estate agent, you generally sign an agreement, a contract. They throw it in front of you. Here is a contract. It's an exclusive contract.
Yes.
At that point in time, you can't sell your own home. And even if you did, because your neighbour knocked on your door, you're going to have to pay commission.
That's true. That's true.
Now,
But the only one thing I see one downside, and I couldn't believe I'm saying this, because when I first came to live in Melbourne, I couldn't believe how everything went to auction, where in Sydney in those days they didn't, and overseas in New York you didn't put things to auction.
Yep.
But by not going to auction, you lose that that buyer emotion of where a property can be run up, and sometimes if you're just selling it straight, you may not get that huge flow and rush of blood to the head that people get, and sometimes spend $100,000 more than they planned on the property.
Sure, I can understand that, Derryn, but we can do auctions for you too.
Oh, okay, you can do it that way.
Absolutely, we replicate the entire sales process that an agent goes through. We just don't charge you the commission. We can do any or none of that process for you. If you want to go to auction, we'll get an auctioneer in touch with you. They'll charge you a fee to do the auction. It's not a commission, it's a straight-up fee. You nominate the date, you have your open inspections, people turn up on the day and it's sold.
That's
so
right.
you still get the emotion that you talk about with an auction. And let's face it, Victoria and Sydney are auction capitals of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
So it wouldn't be right if we couldn't offer that service through our site, and we do.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Lucas, thanks for that. Talk again.
Thank you very much, Derryn.
BuyMyplace.com.au. Take some of your calls, 9600 693. Jill, good afternoon.
Hello, Derryn. This is a subject very close to my heart. I sold my own house. I was a girl on my own. It is so easy, and I do not understand why people feel a need to use real estate agents. It's just a joke.
So what happened to you?
I sold my own home. I was a single mother, and I just thought I'm not paying all that commission, so I just did it myself.
And was it quite easy?
It was the easiest thing I've ever done.
And you sure you got a good price?
I got a good price. All the agents in the area couldn't believe it. They pushed over my board. I had all sorts of things done to me. And I got an auctioneer in. He auctioned it. It was a piece of cake. And you know what? Most people that come in at open inspections, they love the fact that you're selling it yourself. They just love it. People just love to talk to the person who owns the house.
Okay, and you managed to, you got somebody to do the conveyancing and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, yeah, look, just the normal thing, just normal conveyancing. I've sold several houses, and I would never use a real estate agent.
Oh, okay, Jill, thanks for that. Marie, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Derryn. Yeah, I just sold my house all by myself as well. I'm a woman on my own. I just went along to some open houses and just had a look at what people were after and what they were talking about. And this couple that was there didn't like what they were looking at, and I was listening to them, and it sounded very much like what I had. So I gave them my address and told them, if you're interested, drive past. If you'd like it, come in and have a look. They walked in, practically left a deposit there on the step.
Your auctioneers would hate you. You're in somebody else's auction or open house.
No, it wasn't auction. It was just an open house.
You're in an open house and you listen to somebody and, I think it's a great idea what you pulled off, but if the auctioneer knew, if the real estate agent knew, he'd be furious.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just looking at what was going on in the area and keeping a check on prices, and I actually got $40,000 more than what any of the agents that had come through my house had even offered me. And this is without any fees that I have to pay to the real estate agents, and I've got a conveyancer to do all my conveyancing, and everything's great.
Yeah, okay. All right, Marie, thanks for that.
Thank you.